Testosterone, the hormone of manliness. As you probably know, testosterone plays a large role in your ability to build new muscle mass, to maintain a high sex drive, and just to maintain high energy levels throughout the day. Unfortunately, a lot of guys suffer from low testosterone levels just as a result of the modern lifestyle. The good news is that there are proven steps you can take to make sure that your testosterone levels are as high as they can possibly be. In this video, I'm going to give you the top 6 ways that have been proven in scientific studies to boost testosterone levels. Let's get it. Alright, so the first step you need to take if you want to make sure that your testosterone levels are as high as they can be is to make sure that you get enough sleep every single night. This is because your body releases the majority of your testosterone while you're sleeping. Just how big of a difference can this make? Well, a recent study done on a group of young men that they restricted these guys' sleep to just 5 hours a night for 1 full week. It showed that they had a drop of 10 to 15% in their daytime testosterone levels. 10 to 15% is a very large percentage, so you really want to make sure that you're getting enough sleep. Now, there's no magic number here, but I think most guys should aim to get 8 hours of sleep per night if you want to be absolutely certain that you're not going to be, taking a risk of decreasing your testosterone levels. Also, if you're wondering what the hell I'm wearing, I'm actually filming this on Halloween, and this is my Captain America bathrobe. And no, it doesn't help naturally boost testosterone, but it is comfortable as hell. Alright, the second step that you should take if you're trying to boost testosterone is to get lean. Studies have shown that the higher body fat percentage you have, the lower your testosterone levels are. As you lower your body fat percentage and you get leaner, you're just naturally going to increase your testosterone levels. Plus, there are a whole lot of other benefits to getting lean. Obviously, you're just going to look that much sexier and you're going to have that much more aesthetic of a body, and that's going to help boost your self-confidence. It's also going to just decrease your risk for a lot of chronic diseases. So, what are you doing, man? Make getting lean a priority. In terms of how lean you should get, there's no magic number here, but I think most guys should aim for about 12 to 15% body fat, and this is what that looks like. And I say that number because A, that's a number that looks good. B, getting leaner than that is just going to take a lot more effort in terms of sort of like restricting your calories and starving yourself. And C, your hormone levels are actually going to suffer at very low body fat percentages. So if you get, below 10% body fat, you're actually going to be at risk for less testosterone. Alright guys, the third step you should take is to make sure that you're eating enough fats and enough carbohydrates. So when it comes to fats, there's been a lot of studies that show that it helps testosterone levels. One study was done over a 10-week period, and it had 2 groups of guys. One group of guys ate a diet that 20% of their overall calories were from fat, so that was the low-fat diet. And then the other guys ate a diet that 40% of their overall calories came from fat, and that was the high-fat group. And after the 10-week period, the high-fat group had about 15% higher testosterone levels on average. Now, when it comes to carbohydrates, the same thing holds true. Another recent study was done, except this one was done on a group of athletes, and they went through 3 days of intense training. One group ate a low-carbohydrate diet, 30% of their overall calories were from carbs. The other group ate a high-carb diet, 60% of their overall calories were from carbs. And at the end of the 3-day period, when they measured their testosterone to cortisol ratios, the high carb diet had a 43% higher ratio. So again, both of these studies show that you need to make sure that you're eating a lot of carbs and fats if you want to maintain healthy testosterone levels, and carbs are especially important if you're an athlete or if you're just someone who works out regularly, as the second study showed. In terms of the actual ratios and percentages of carbs and fats you should include in your diet, don't get obsessive here. I would just make sure to include a source of fats and a source of carbs, as well as a source of proteins in all of your meals, and your bases will be covered. Alright, so we've gone over the first 3 ways. Before I go over the second 3 ways, I gotta get a quick workout in, because I drank a coffee and espresso right before I started filming this video, and I got a lot of energy. I'm all amped up, so I'm gonna hit the gym, and then I'll wrap up after that. so that was an awesome workout. Still catching my breath a little bit. It's actually the first time I've done deadlifts in a couple months, just because the gym I'm at, you couldn't maybe tell from the video, but they don't have any Olympic lifting platforms there, and the floor is a little uneven, so it's just not an ideal place to do deadlifts. But anyway, let's get back to the point of the video. So the fourth way to make sure that your testosterone levels are absolutely as high as they can be is to optimize how you deal with stress. Now, we all have stress. Stress is a part of life, but it's important to manage how you deal with it, because our body's natural response to stress is to release a hormone called cortisol. And studies have shown that increased cortisol levels in our body is correlated with decreased testosterone levels. Now, this is only a temporary decrease that as soon as you sort of deal with the stress and it goes away, your hormone levels are going to return to normal. But if you're someone who's constantly stressed out, that's going to add up over time, and your testosterone levels are almost always going to be a little bit lowered, and that is going to lead to some of the negative side effects of low testosterone, like struggling to build muscle mass or struggling to have a healthy sex drive. Now, there's a lot of different ways to deal with stress, but I prefer to do a mini meditation when I catch myself feeling stressed out. I sort of accept the fact that I'm having anxiety. I tell myself, it's okay, it's normal to be stressed out and to be anxious. And then I focus on my breath, and I just sit there and I count about 10 deep breaths, and after that, the stress is usually past. All right, the fifth way that I want to go over in this video is to supplement with zinc and vitamin D. So for zinc, a study was done in a group of athletes over 4 weeks. One group supplemented with zinc, the other did not. And the study showed that after the 4 weeks, the group that did not supplement with zinc experienced a significant decline in their testosterone levels. So if you're someone who works out and who lifts weights, then supplementing with zinc is going to, act as sort of an insurance policy that you don't experience this drop in testosterone. Now, when it comes to vitamin D is something that our bodies naturally synthesize when we're outside and we're exposed to sunlight. But the unfortunate truth is that most of us don't get that much sunlight every day. So for that reason, vitamin D deficiency is actually very common in men and in women. But in men, studies have been done. One study in particular that studied the testosterone levels of men over an entire year. One group supplemented with vitamin D, the other group did not. And at the end of the year, the group that supplemented with vitamin D experienced an increase in testosterone levels. So it's very likely that in the long term, supplementing with supplementing with vitamin D will lead to an increase in your testosterone levels. All right, guys, the sixth and final way to make sure your testosterone levels are optimized and are as high as they can be is to limit the amount of endurance training or the amount of cardio that you do. One recent study examined the testosterone levels of a group of men over a 6-week period. At the beginning of the 6-week period, none of the men were doing significant amounts of cardio, but over the 6 weeks, they all worked up to running about 30 miles per week. And at the end of the study, they measured a significant drop in testosterone among all of the men. So again, it's important not to overdo your cardio workouts. Sure, you should do some cardio just because it's good for your heart and it's good for your health, but I don't think anyone should do more than 1 or 2 days of cardio per week. Lifting weights, on the other hand, not only is it going to help you build muscle and burn fat and build a better body, but it's the normal hormonal response of our body to actually increase the amount of testosterone and growth hormone directly following a weightlifting session. Now, this is only a temporary increase in these hormones, but unlike cardio, it's also not going to hurt your testosterone levels. And if you're a guy who's looking for a good weightlifting routine to get started, I actually have a free weightlifting routine that's optimized for building muscle mass, and it's just a 3-day per week routine, so it's pretty easy to fit into your schedule. If you want that, click the bubble that just popped up, or if you're on mobile, hit the I in the top right corner, and that's going to take you to a separate webpage where you can instantly download this workout routine. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to my channel so that all of my new videos pop up right on your YouTube home screen and you don't miss any of my new content. Otherwise, give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. That's all I got for this video. Talk to you soon and stay beastly.